Hi Aquarius, welcome to your love reading. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. Get started here after the slide shuffle. Work. Perhaps you're thinking about working on the relationship or whether it's worth it or not. Maybe the issue between you and your partner or just in your love situation or lack thereof is about being vulnerable, about maybe doing some needed work. Someone maybe needs to work on themselves, or you're thinking about taking a breather so that you can work on a few things. All right. 6 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, Death, Temperance, ooh, goodness gracious, the Magician and the Queen of Wands. You got a few heavies here. Okay, Aquarius. 8 of Swords. Can you see that? You can't. All right. Queen of Cups reversed. Page of Swords. I will clarify with these if I need to. All right. So 6 of Swords. Perhaps some of you are thinking about either leaving a relationship or wanting to make a healthy, like wanting it to go from these emotional choppy waters right here, see that, to calm waters over here. It doesn't necessarily mean leaving. It's just a healthy transition. You're wanting a transition, a relationship in transition, perhaps. It calls for calm and balance and looking things over, thinking about things, maybe thinking about what needs to be done in the relationship. And yet here we have, well, this is restriction. So maybe, So this is all about you feeling like you need to take some time and think things over about what needs to be done in the relationship. It could be that you're really bothered by it and you're feeling like there's no way it's going to work out and you very well might have to leave, but you'd rather transition than leave. You'd rather figure it out and let's just calm everything down and get balanced again. Let's look at this compassionately. I don't want to leave. I don't want this to be that I have to. For some of you, this could be just not wanting to do anything and you just feel trapped, like there's no way to progress to this side of the calm water. You're stuck in this emotional water. You're trying to look at it balanced and compassion, but maybe you just feel trapped and like there's no way to progress. There's no way to work it out with this person. For others of you, maybe you're hoping someone will look at this balanced and compassionately so that things can loosen up, so there's not so much restriction. It could be too saying, continue to think about it. The first part of the month, about the first days, just let things lie. Don't do anything. Stay in this sort of being grounded mode, not punitively so, just like don't do anything yet. And again, we have it right here. As we progress into the middle of the month, we've got this self-protection mode. We've got locking things down, holding down the fort, staying steady. But you're wanting, I think you're starting to get antsy towards the middle of the month. Listen to me like it's happening, right? This is, of course, the middle days of her. This is someone who's kind of all over the place emotionally and probably getting a bit antsy and wanting things to start. Maybe you want to start new. Maybe you're tired of waiting and you just can't find a way to look at this compassionately and intuitively and knowing what the right thing is to do. You're just so up in the air about it. And this is you wanting to probably resolve it and move forward either by yourself or in the relationship, but you want some way to make things happen and move forward because this is for the birds. You're not wanting to stay in this emotionally insecure spot. Could be some codependency here too, and this is you in an effort to bring some control and safety back in the situation. You're like, all right, I'll handle it. I'll do everything. I'll fix it. I'll make it happen. Because you just don't want to be in this emotionally insecure place anymore. You're tired of the emotional ups and downs. You want to get centered and move on, whether with this person or without. But this suggests right here, that this is a pattern for you, that you could always be in the position of resolving everything and emotionally just calming everything down. Okay. And it could be that you go there because when you start to get anxious or feel like, oh gosh, things aren't working out, you go into lockdown mode and you handle everything. And the only reason I'm putting this spin on it is because this suggests insecurity and codependence, okay? So if it was like this, it'd be like you trying to figure out a way to resolve it compassionately. This suggests that you're doing it just to have things resolved again because you can't stand the dissonance, you can't stand the in-between, or it's really bothering you, okay? So a lot of, we've got stepping back compassionately here and just trying to give balance and letting things lie, and, you know, there might have been a break, but then it looks like it starts to get to you in an effort to bring stability and control back into the situation because it's starting to really bother you. You're like, I'll handle it, I'll deal with it. All right, so the last part of the month, the last days as we progress through, there is an ending, but it looks like this is a choice too, because it could be that what someone is offering or what you're offering just doesn't work for the other person. So there's an ending and a beginning at the same time, right? But it looks like, I don't know, it looks like things change. I'll say that much. You can clarify that. Looks like you're optimistic about the future though, like you're wanting. Hold on a minute here. Because it looks like there's an offer, but maybe it's not taken, and yet you're feeling optimistic about it. But then, and we're right back to square one again with the waiting and the watching and hoping for change. What's this death card about here? What's this death? Okay, so that fell out. What's this death card about? What's going on? Okay, so we got a new beginning because a marriage ended. Or a committed relationship, a committed situation, a long-term partner, a steady relationship for a while has ended, and there's been an ending, but it's also a new beginning that you look pretty enthusiastic or energetic about, like, all right, yay, this is, you know, I can do this. And yet right here, we've got watching and waiting. And so perhaps some of you, Aquarius, are really coming from a place that you're like, you know what, I can't stand, maybe your partner is the one that's kind of emotionally insecure, maybe there's some codependency there, and you're just like, all right, you know what, I don't want this anymore. Like, and I know I'm changing what I said, but it's not that I'm changing it, it's that it's a general reading, obviously, so it could apply to any and all 7 of you. But it could be that instead of you thinking, all right, I'll just handle it, you know, because I can't stand the things are getting wonky and I don't like being emotionally all over the place here, I'm just going to solve it and handle it. Okay, it could be that. It could be, though, that this relationship ends. You're feeling optimistic about it. There's the watching and the waiting. And it is such because instead of handling it and fixing it and resolving it for the better, it's actually an ending because you just don't want to deal with it anymore and you'd rather get on with creating for yourself and let this person do what they need to do. And while you might be looking at it compassionately, you're still optimistic about your chances for the future with or without this person. Okay, so it looks like there's a lot of, looks like in the past that there was probably some issues with working things out in the relationship. There might have been some control issues, and that might have been what brought it to the breaking point. And while you might have stepped back and you're like, okay, I can allow, you know, I can accept that. I can look at this compassionately, and we just need to bring things back under control. Everything needs to calm down. Let's take a break. You're busy still out there creating and manifesting and still making things happen for yourself. This isn't slowing you down. You're not going to let it hold you back. And while you might feel kind of all over the place and like, oh gosh, I don't know what to do, or this is just not a healthy situation. The advice is to step back. So we got stepping back, thinking about things here. Someone or something, someone trying to reestablish control or taking measures to protect themselves, and still not slowing down, still wanting to create, even though they might be emotionally all over the place, or their partner is. It's not going to stop you, Aquarius. You know, it seems like that you acknowledge and understand why there's the issues in this love situation, but at the same time, it's not slowing you down, and it's not going to stop you from either being who you are or going after what you want. You probably recognize there's a lot of work involved in this situation with this person. There's control issues, but at the same time, you're like, I get it. I understand that, but I'm still going to do what I want to do. And maybe the other person isn't doing so well with that. Maybe they're wanting what this relationship cannot give them, or vice versa. It just seems like, yeah, okay, I'm aware of how you feel, but it's not, I'm still progressing forward, you know? All right, 2 more cards for you, Aquarius. 2 more cards. Unexpected. Cards unexpected for anything in birth for Aquarius. Unexpected. Hello. Wow. Okay. So I was gonna keep shuffling, but these 2 kind of flew out on hand, so we'll just go with it. Yeah. Again, with the taking a step back, maybe there's a decision to be made, but it's not yours. Okay, you're like, okay, yeah, I acknowledge that we need to work on this. I do want something better for us. I'm willing to take a step back and be compassionate about it. Again, with the not doing anything, taking a step back, not making a decision. Even though it's like, you know what, I can't win. I feel like if I do it this way, it's not going to be good enough. If I do it this way, it's not going to be good enough. This is starting to become an unhealthy codependent situation. I want to get on with my life. I'm going to take measures to protect myself. And I recognize that there's been an ending, but I'm still enthusiastic about my chances here. And we can talk and we can whatever, but it's not going to be anything stable. It's probably just going to be maybe more fighting. Maybe there's going to be some, you know, petty words exchange. It could just be watching and waiting, kind of doing the whole social media, staying connected thing, but not really as a couple or in person, even though you're taking a break, any number of those things. And this is your card, Aquarius. So it's like things do work out for you. I mean, look at this. You got the Magician and the Star. Come on, talk about manifesting and still, you know, still keeping moving despite any obstacles. You're still progressing forward. You've got some momentum. Remember, I don't know what's going on, but you've got some momentum. So there's no new love per se. It's just that they're still dealing with this situation, and yet it's not slowing you down. Okay. Aquarius. Wow. Expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. And that's what this is. That's doubling down on the Star card. Okay, wow. And this is not situational. This is overarching. This is things outside of your control. Like the prayers, okay, you're praying. You don't know what to expect, but something's coming. And these two cards were supposed to be the unexpected. So whatever you've been praying for is coming. Because we've got expect a miracle, and then we've got the miracle card here, or the long-term wish being granted. Not situational. This is things working out on a grand scale for you. Aquarius. Evolution, changes, transformation. So that speaks to this ending and this new beginning here. For some of you, this could be the relationship is slowly starting to transform, or there's transformation in this relationship if you still want this. For others of you, it's progressing onto another relationship or a more healthy situation. Could be single, could be with another relationship. But I don't see that. I see something, either this situation for some of you is going to get, you're going to put in the work. There's going to be work on this situation. You're going to work it out. You're going to, you know, even though there's this, it's like you're going to attempt to go back and work out this situation. Or there's going to be a cleaving and a leaving, and you're going to be in for some changes and a big miracle by yourself. So either that has to do with the relationship or you're independent. But either way, a miracle's coming and change and transformation is coming. Either way, it's not slowing you down. Oh. Okay, just saying. Do you see the numbers here? This is 15, this is 5. They both equal 9s. Just saying. All right. This is nurturing and taking care of others. This could speak to this right here. This is what this queen does. This is what this person does. And when it's like this, it's too much. It's codependent. So this could speak to, instead of doing that for others now, you need to care for yourself. This could be a very independent, solitary time for you, Aquarius, in that all of this miracle, this transformation, all these changes and all these happenings and, you know, this long-term wish being granted, all of that is because you're leaving this relationship. There's been an ending, and it's now time for you to take care of yourself. And then that's when all of the good stuff is going to happen, is when this relationship is pushed to the side so that you can kind of go through a few things on your own. That makes sense. I don't want to say, yeah, you know, miracles there. But honestly, it seems like this relationship might kind of be in the way of you getting a few things that you wanted for a while. Just saying. All right. So whether you want to stay and work on that relationship or you're happy cleaving and leaving, that's going to be up to you. But you do have some good things in store for you. Time to take care of yourself. And if the other person is not on board with that, then perhaps, I mean, look at this. I just noticed this. Do you see this? We got babies and, I mean, it's almost like it's very similar imagery here. So this is all about self-care, I think, honestly. Being able to come into your own. Okay. All right, Aquarius, that's what I have for you for the month of November for your love reading. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.